One-Shape New Generation is a one-sterile, single-use NiTi instrument in continuous rotation with these additional benefits: an asymmetrical cross-section and a longer pitch with depth identification on each file for even greater safety. On the preoperative radiograph, you can easily appreciate this molar's difficulty. Irrigation is essential during root canal shaping. Irrigate the pulp chamber and the canal orifice with sodium hypochlorite upon opening the pulp chamber. Prepare the glide path using a number 10 mmC file, pre-curved over the last 3 mm of its apical tip until the estimated working length is reached. Check the penetration depth and the presence of any potential difficulty. The use of a chelating gel like EDTA cream is recommended. Irrigate. Remove coronal constrictions and dentinal overhangs using endo flare. Use a slight in and out movement while circumferentially enlarging the root canal orifice. Penetration must be down to a maximum 3 mm under the pulp chamber floor. Irrigate. Transfer the estimated working length onto mmC file number 10. If the mmC file number 10 easily reaches the estimated working length, and if it is possible to penetrate the canal with an mmC file number 15 to determine the working length, then irrigate the canal and use the one shape according to the established protocol. If the mmC file number 10 does not attain the estimated working length, irrigate the canal and use G files, G1 and G2 NiTi files for easy glide path development. Set the G1 stop at the estimated working length. Take the G1 to the estimated working length using a single slow downward movement without pressure or circumferential filing movement. Irrigate. Set the G2 stop at the estimated working length. Take the G2 to the estimated working length using a slow and unique downward movement without pressure or circumferential filing movement. Irrigate. Check the canal patency using the mmC file number 10. Pre-curve the mmC file number 15 and use it to determine the working length. Irrigate. Set the stop of a one-shape file at 2/3 of the working length. Take the one shape progressively down to 2/3 of the working length in an in and out movement without pressure. Make an upward circumferential filing movement to pre-enlarge the canal. Withdraw the one-shape file from the canal and clean it. Irrigate. Check the canal patency with file number 10. Then set the stop of the one-shape file at the working length minus 3 mm. Reintroduce the one-shape file into the canal and take it progressively down to the working length minus 3 mm in an in and out movement without pressure. Withdraw the instrument from the canal and clean it. Irrigate. Check the canal patency with the mmC file number 10. Set the stop of the one shape at the working length. Reintroduce the one shape into the canal and take it progressively down to the working length in an in and out movement without pressure. The working length can be reached in one or more passages. In case of resistance or slight apical pull, remove and clean the file and reintroduce it into the canal using a circumferential movement, depending on the canal anatomy. Irrigate. Check the canal patency with the MMC file number 10. Gauge the preparation diameter using a K file number 25. If the file number 25 reaches the working length in friction against the canal walls, perform the final irrigation. Continue the irrigation carried out during canal shaping using sodium hypochlorite with a generous amount of irrigation solution whose antiseptic action is more efficient on prepared canal walls. Then complete it with an irrigation using a chelating solution. After a final rinsing, adjust the master cone. If file number 25 floats at the level of the foramen, increase the apical preparation diameter using the optional files for apical finishing, one shape, apical 1 and 2.